Hi, I'm Mary Polcheninoff, and welcome to Sure Things. When I originally started the program, my goal was to reach out to community resources to come on and inform the public about all their services. I'm very excited today to welcome our resource today. Today I welcome Michelle Puzo. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Founder and president of UR Community Cares.
Thank you for having me today.
I'm so thrilled that you can come on and tell us about your work and your program. Again, as I looked and researched some of your work and thought about people in the community and services that I've already reviewed, but this service is also so pertinent and relevant to our community. So I'll let you tell us about it.
Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be here. And what we realized is, as a healthcare professional over the last 20 years, people needed more resources. Yeah. The aging society, more and more people need help, and that's why we decided yourcommunitycares.org would be a great benefit to those people that need help. So we created a nonprofit that's an online platform for people to find volunteers that can help them directly at their house.
How did you even, I'm so curious with your background, how did you even, because you founded this program with someone, how did this even come up that you took that initiative to say, hey, here's a missing area, let's tap into it? How did that even happen?
Well, I was going to do physical therapy in people's homes, and I realized when I would be walking people on the street, neighbors would come out and say, you know, oh, I would have helped you if I knew. And I thought, well, if there was a way to connect these two people on the same street, let's figure that out. So that's where I went to MD Birmingham, our other co-founder, who really, we realized we need to have an innovative approach to community connections, and that's where we decided not to have a phone tree type of system, but to have the website that directly links neighbors to neighbors.
And this co-founder, the person that did they have that type of background? You have physical therapy. Did they have a helping type background?
MD, he actually he went to UConn. He was going to become a teacher, and he had a motor vehicle accident that left him with a traumatic brain injury and a spinal cord injury. So he had to kind of recreate himself and become an entrepreneur. And that's where he realized those people that need help at home, he could really sympathize and wanted to help those people, knowing from his experience how much help his family had to give him during his recovery period. And not everybody has a family that is that supportive.
True.
So we know a lot of patients are coming out of hospitals and rehabs and need additional resources.
Right. Now, how long has your organization been up and running?
The website went live in June of 2019. That was only about 6 months prior to COVID-19.
Oh, yes.
So we're a little over 2 years old. But like everything else, the last 2 years has been very, very challenging.
A lot of things have had to change their focus, and a lot of organizations. So when you got up and running and you're going to offer this service to neighbors and communities, do you have a certain regional area that you're focusing on? So
right now we're limiting our website use to Connecticut only. So we have right now participants in over 100 towns in Connecticut. So the word is spreading. We know that the need is there. We know many volunteers want to give back in their community, and this allows that flexibility so that a volunteer can sign up when they're out of work, on the weekend, after work. People that are retired can give back during the day. It really is targeted to make it convenient for volunteers. Did
you base it on any other model? I'm just so curious, because again, looking at your website, you have policies, procedures, training, you have everything on there. Did you research or base it on another model?
Well, we're working with the pro bono lawyers in Hartford, so that has been a great resource for us to have pro bono professionals helping us, guide us along this journey. But no, everything MD and I just created ourselves with the support of additional lawyers.
Did you, I've had a few senior centers on to talk about resources and services, and of course during the pandemic the hard part was people couldn't go there, they were closed.
Yep.
And then even in generally it was a transportation issue in some cases, getting some of the members of the community to get to the center itself. Did you survey or ask any of their input as far as what they saw as needs in communities, or?
Definitely, yep.
Yeah.
We've been working recently with, now that they're reopening, we're able to go and do presentations and really offer our support to people. And that's where in early 2020 we realized, after we had initially launched our website with a one-to-one connection, that you could sign up as a volunteer, I could sign up as the community member that needed help. But in 2020 we realized that a senior center or a social worker might want to sign up people that don't have access to the internet.
Right.
And we
okay.
opened up the opportunity for a group enrollment. So now a senior center can enroll a group of people. We know technology is a limiting factor for some people.
Sure.
The internet is expensive, the devices are expensive, and some people...
It can be confusing. It can be confusing
Yeah.
for other people as well.
Yeah.
So what clientele, what is your customer base? What are the parameters for people that take advantage of you, that can use your services?
So any community members that are over the age of 18 with a disability, so that their mobility is limited, functionally they can't do the chores that they used to do around the house, or they're over the age of 70. So we're kind of in two categories, because we realized anybody that's over the age of 70 could have arthritis that's limiting them, but anybody over the age of 18 that's coming out of a hospital or a rehab, a woman after a C-section, any temporary disability also qualifies.
And for these services, so as you mentioned, somebody perhaps coming out of rehab or the hospital that needs some services to branch as they recover, and there's no insurance involved? This is, or?
Right, so we're fully insured
Yeah.
as an organization, but it is completely free to the participants, which is why we're working with a couple municipal towns right now that have put us in their human services budget. So now we're able to receive some funding from the town of Manchester and the town of Bolton, which is a great starting point of being so new as an organization. They realize the benefits of their demographic in need, that we can directly help those people at their homes. Where the senior center, they go to the senior center.
Right.
And the difference is that we bring people, connect them to volunteers at their house.
And I know some senior centers might also have the visiting nurse coming in and doing some services inside the house, but as you said, some of the services you offer, that wouldn't be the case. So what are some of the services you offer for the community?
So volunteers can help with housework, yard work, transportation, and companionship. So if, for example, a person was recovering from something or had a permanent injury in some way, they couldn't take the trash barrels out. So they could schedule on a weekly basis trash cans coming in and out. The next week they had a doctor's appointment, they could schedule transportation. The community member, it's sort of like ordering a pizza. We really have made it really easy for them to just log in on the website, schedule those chores that they need help with, and then an email goes out to all the volunteers within 15 miles of that person's house, so that the volunteer can then see, okay, well, this person needs help. Oh, I'm not available, and they won't accept it. But then another volunteer that might be within that same 15 miles will go in and hopefully accept it.
What an interesting platform. I was wondering how that was working, because I wondered, as a volunteer, do you have to commit to a certain individual or a certain chore? But it sounds like it could almost be on a weekly or daily basis. You go in and say, what's available? I have time.
Yep.
I can go do this for somebody.
Yeah, we've really tried to make it flexible for the volunteers, that they're able to do it at their leisure. But the community member, if they've really created a bond with someone, they will write in, request Mary or request Michelle,
And they would.
And then that person knows, or the other volunteers know, not to choose that.
Do you notice that happening?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that are really finding a friendship out of this, which is great, that the companionship really is strong.
So how many, and I know I'm looking for the community members. Those are we would say community members are the people that are getting served, right? They're getting the service. So how many community members would you say at this point you have involved?
We have about almost 300, almost.
300 throughout the state?
Yep, throughout the state.
And volunteers, it's probably hard to have a number.
About 350, I would say, for the volunteers. So we're definitely increasing our numbers, even through COVID, which was amazing, that when people were laid off and they were home and they really realized that the community impact that they could have, it was really nice to see.
You were able to keep it up and going, even during COVID. I wonder, there might have been some people that were hesitant to have people go in because of COVID too?
There were all kinds of opportunities, like dropping food off from the food pantry, delivering groceries, yard work. There's so many more things that people can do that's not just a close contact. It could be, you know, they need their laundry done and can't go to the laundromat. Somebody would pick it up at the front door, bring it home, wash it, and drop it back off.
Amazing.
There's all kinds of...
and as far as when you mentioned transportation, so they could, if somebody needed a doctor's appointment or they could actually help out with the drive and everything.
Transportation, yep.
Transportation. Is there any kind of extra coverage for that?
So yeah, we have automobile insurance, and also we do a driving history. So all the participants that are enrolled on our platform are background checked, and anyone who wants to do transportation also has a driving history.
Okay. So when you say participants are back checked, those are the volunteers?
Both community members and volunteers.
And the community members. The
only people that are not background checked is if you were to go into a group volunteer. So say a church group, they brought 10 people, the administrator of the church would be background checked, and they're liable, you know, to watch over those people. Or if, you know, an insurance company, State Farm Insurance or any insurance company wanted to do a community day with their employees, we wouldn't background check every single employee. We would background check the administrator of that.
Okay, great. Oh, good. Okay, well, we're going to take a short break at this time. When we come back, we're going to learn more about the UR Community Cares, and you'll also get to see some pictures from the services. We'll be right back.
Keep on keeping on, baby. Keep on keeping on, yeah. You expect me to stop living? No, you're telling me giving. I gotta do. Oh, your baby gonna keep on keeping on.
Thank you, Connecticut, for doing your part to stop the spread of COVID-19, for wearing your masks, washing your hands, and keeping your distance. So keep it up, Connecticut. We've come too far to go back.
Community TV, your neighborhood TV.
Publicly funded and a reliable partner for cable companies nationwide, it provides transparent coverage of local and state government, education, and public programming.
A digital town green that can be watched anywhere, anytime, and on any device.
Watch us on today's high-tech distribution methods.
Community TV in Connecticut.
Local,
unfiltered,
reliable, and yours.
Hi, welcome back. I'm here today with Michelle Puzzo from UR Community Cares. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so before the break we were talking a bit about the structure of the organization, this amazing community resource, which is awesome. I did want to ask, we're here in Westbrook and you're based in?
Manchester.
You're in Manchester.
That's where the headquarters is. Yep.
That's where your headquarters is, right. And we're talking about this amazing platform where people can actually look and sign up to have services, shopping, yard work, transportation, which is awesome, and volunteers can go in. Reminds me a little bit of what Food Share does. We do a little bit of that with Food Share. But who is your Techy Mindset? Who set up this whole platform?
So our co-founder, MD Birmingham, he worked very closely with the web developer who designed the custom-made website that we have. So it's a very innovative approach to being a nonprofit. You know, we're really a technology, we're a software company, and we right now are working with Infosys, which is a very large website developer, and they are going to be relaunching our website with a host of new features in the upcoming months. So we're really excited for the expansion of our website in the next couple of months.
That's going to be awesome. Well, now you did provide us with a few pictures, so we are going to cut away just briefly and look at some of the pictures, and then maybe we can talk about them. Here's them. Yeah. If you want to. These are some members?
Yep, that's MD on the left.
Yeah.
He's playing chess with one of our community members. We all go out and do volunteer work and accept community deeds. Pam on the left is one of our oldest volunteers. She's been with us almost since the beginning, and she's volunteering all around town. She's an amazing person. We're so grateful. There she is teaching technology. Sometimes she's doing yard work. Sometimes she's boxing up people's house to do a big move. She really will do whatever people need help with. She's amazing. This is Sue. Susan on the left is one of our oldest community members, and Sally was helping her again box up. She did a big move of living in her home for over 30 years, and Pam and Sally helped for weeks to get her moved.
Wow.
And we are 100% volunteer.
Yeah.
Donna,
Yeah.
she is our grant writer. She also goes out and does some deeds, some yard work, but she has been a force that has driven us to be able to be successful in our grants over the last 2 years.
That is awesome.
And
Yeah, that is awesome. So you must be very proud to share those as well. How long did it take you from your idea to actually get that website up and going, to get the whole process started? Did it?
Only about 5 months.
5 months.
Yep.
You were driven.
Yes.
You and MD were driven to get that
Definitely.
much done.
We have and we're so excited to be supported by so many pro bono professionals that are helping us because we're 100% volunteer. This
Yes.
is an amazing effort to be statewide and to have so many people involved. We have Maturity Works, which is a 55 plus employees that are now working with us. We have 4 employees that are it's just amazing. It's
Yeah.
really, we're really grateful for all the support because
Yeah.
people realize the
Yeah.
needs, and this demographic of people that are paying for taxes
Yeah.
can't get to the senior center, they're home and they need help. And this is a way that they can receive some help at home.
Can we talk more about your partners? Because you mentioned what other partners might you have? Do you have involved?
So we're working with right here in Clinton. So the Clinton Police Department, they are training their auxiliary volunteers. Human Services in Clinton is referring community members that need help. So the volunteers are going to be, it's like walking into a town that already has 20 volunteers ready to go.
Right.
So now Human Services is now enrolling those people that need the help. So this is called Clinton Community Assistance Team. And the funding for it came from the Clinton Families Helping Families. So it's a nonprofit that has donated to cover the background checks. And that's our biggest
That's a big
expense.
That's a big expense.
Yep.
So you went right through the police station, the Clinton Police Station.
Yep.
So any town in Connecticut could kind of take this on, it sounds
Definitely.
like. They could say if they had an economic or development for community service approach going on, they could take this on.
Yes.
Senior centers, so you're saying senior centers could promote it?
Yes.
Give out your flyer, your information to say, you know, maybe you didn't qualify for this type of benefit, but here's some assistance. What type of training do your volunteers get or receive? Do they get any training from your?
We have the policies and procedures, but the things that they're doing are basic everyday chores.
Okay.
They're going to somebody's house to vacuum or to organize or to do the laundry. You know, it doesn't really take any training. And hopefully in time, as we're growing and as we have staff, we'll be able to develop some of our own training. But what they wanted to do in Clinton from the police department is educate them. If you saw somebody that had cognitive changes, this is what you do. Call us, call 911, and really be an advocate for people. And that's where we really do try to have the volunteers let us know if the person can't do stairs anymore. We'll refer them to a ramp company that can help them. There's all kinds of ways that we can help kind of be like the old yellow pages. That we
Sure,
can,
and you're the connector because
Yeah.
you know of the network of resources available that you can hook them into.
Yep.
And I know we talked earlier, you said this is not your full-time job. It's hard
Yep.
to believe.
Yep, it's just, it's such a passion of mine because MD and I really believe in improving the communities.
Yeah.
And this is a great way for people to get involved, whether you're in high school, anyone over the age of 15 can volunteer. So whether you're in high school and need community service, you're in college, you're retired or you're middle-aged, anybody can make a positive impact in their own community.
And that's so important. I think the process, as you said, seems pretty seamless. I know there's the background checks, which can take time, I understand, but there are so many people, you know, in the retirement community that are looking to do something, perhaps not commit to, you know, 5 days a week or 4 days, you know.
Right.
So this sounds like something that they could actually pick an area, as you said, yard work or cleaning or transportation, and make that contribution and feel good about that.
Yep, and the other option is companionship, and some people do it virtually from home. So they will call somebody once a week to have a phone call, or they could have a Zoom call. It's just been amazing to see how people are connecting, and we're just...
Wow, so you do have community members that might just ask for that service. I
Yeah.
just want someone to check in. I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah, we have a retired lawyer that she is, you know, physically now disabled and can't leave her home. And so we have Donna, who we showed as our advisor who does our grant writing, but she calls her every week. They set a time and they just have an hour conversation about what's going on in her life.
And they just chat.
Yeah, and so now they've really become friends, and she ended up, unfortunately, back at a rehab, and Donna tracked her down and found her and talked her through until she got home, and it's just
Well,
great
the
friendships.
connections must
Yeah.
be amazing on that.
It is.
So we talk about the people that utilize the services as community members, and then you have the volunteers. And the partners sound like those organizations that are supportive and in some way contributing.
So another example would be the Hartford Healthcare. So
Okay.
they're one of their case managers. She now, I think she has enrolled 15 or 20 people that don't have access to the internet across the state. So she once a month will contact them, see what's going on in their life, see what they need, put in those requests. And it's not that we can do every single one of these, because there's not always a volunteer that's available. But she continues to put in those requests because she knows we're getting more and more volunteers all the time.
Sure. So as part of your charge, do you go to the senior centers and talk and
Yep,
and
last
present
week
that?
we were in Hartford.
Okay.
Next month we'll be in Waterbury. We received a grant from the Connecticut Community Foundation, so we're really focusing on the Waterbury and Litchfield Hills area to try to get more outreach, and programs like this is a great way for us to get the word out that we exist, because we don't.
It's amazing. I'm not even sure, as I said, I'm not even sure how I came across it, except I
Yeah.
was researching nonprofits, so it's such a find in order to get that word out. It's so important right now.
I mean, last week I got a call from a New Haven police officer that she kind of has become the surrogate daughter to this person that really needs more help. So people are finding out about us all across the state, and we're excited to continue to help people, because at the end of the day, that's what they need is help.
They do, and the community is the best place, right? Right in the community. So let's talk about the hero part, the community hero. What was that?
So hometown hero
Hometown hero.
is what we're looking for in the town of Westbrook and all the towns in Connecticut, to really find the one person that wants to do more outreach and to help us as a volunteer to connect us throughout the town. So if they were to hang up our flyer at churches, or hang up our flyer and create a restaurant fundraiser, those types of things, that person really has a pulse on that town and can help us figure out who are the right people to reach out to that town. Housing authorities, they might know the people that we need to speak to.
Even I know for Westbrook, even some of our town committees.
Yeah.
They're amazing, and they're very connected into the community. So perhaps through this show, you will get your hometown hero from Westbrook, I hope. Wouldn't that
That would be great.
That would be great. Do you have any other big plans for the future, big goals? I mean, you have the expansion of your website, which is big.
Right, and so we really would like to become a national nonprofit that helps support this population in need. So we're looking for corporate sponsors that would be able to, help support us so we can grow to staff. We could be acquired by some business that is a for-profit business that's looking to have a foundation, that we could become their foundation. There's a lot of opportunities for growth.
Oh, well, great. Well, I'm thrilled that you came on today, Michelle. That was really wonderful, and I know we have your information for your website up, so that people can get in touch and learn more about all the services you provide, because I just can think of people off the top of my head that could use that, which would be wonderful.
Yeah, anybody can get in touch with us with yourcommunitycares.org or give us a call. And for those people that don't have access to the internet, we can enroll them.
And you could enroll them right there.
Yep.
And this is a good, too, senior centers listening to this, to get in touch with you and help you support you that way too would be wonderful.
We've had so much support from the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, and we're so grateful that the support we've received over the last 2 years, and we know we're just excited to get your time. So thank you for today.
I'm thrilled. Thank you, and I hope this helps your organization support what needs to happen for the community members, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's program, and I am thrilled that we have such resource available for our community members, so that's wonderful. If you have any feedback or questions, please let me know at surethingsct@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Till next time, take care.